How to write a self-instructional module. The World Health Organization recognizes the shortage of teachers and the shortage of teaching learning materials. Updating the knowledge and skills of health professionals already on the job is a problem. It has proved almost impossible to have all of them sent to seminars, workshops, or retrained at institutions. Development of high-quality self-instructional modules is one of the ways of addressing this problem. By updating the knowledge and skills of health professionals at their own place and pace. Modular teaching is one of the most widespread and recognized teaching learning techniques in the USA, Australia, and many other Western countries, including the Asian region. Modular teaching is used in almost all subjects, like natural science, especially in biology and medical education, and even in social sciences as well as in computer education. So teachers need to know how to develop self-instructional modules. At the end of this presentation, the learners are expected to define what a self-instructional module is, discuss the considerations in planning self-instructional module, and discuss the different components of a self-instructional module. A self-instructional material guides the student in a structured manner through a single or a series of learning tasks to accomplish specific behavioral objectives. It can be used by a learner without the presence of a teacher. Russell defines module as an instructional package dealing with a single conceptual unit of subject matter. Modules are designed to help the students accomplish certain well-defined objectives. With the use of a module, instruction can be individualized, and the learners can go through the material at their own pace and at their own time. The World Health Organization defines a module as a learning package for achieving pre-specified objectives. A module is self-contained, and it includes the instructional materials necessary for the learning of a specific unit or topic. The advantages of modular teaching are the following. Learning becomes more effective. It establishes a system of assessment other than marks or grade. Users study the modules in their own working environment. Users can study without disturbing their normal duties and responsibilities. Modules can be administered to single use, small group, or large group. Modules are flexible so that implementation can be made by a variety of patterns. It is more appropriate to mature students. It enables the learner to have a control over his learning, accept greater responsibility for learning. It already got wider accessibility in the present educational scenario. Before deciding to produce a self-instructional module, the following should be considered seriously: the intended user, purpose of material, format, and style. The level of the intended user serves as basis for writing the material. The presentation of the material must be suited to the needs and level of the intended users. To guide you in analyzing your intended users, the following questions need to be answered: who, what, and why. Who are the users that form the primary audience for the material? What is their probable age, sex, education, economic status, social positions, interest, and learning styles? To which group of health professionals do they belong? Are they doctors, nurses, pharmacists, or others? If so, what they already know about the topic, what they still need to know about the topic. Why will these learners study the material? If they know a great deal about the topic, what will they expect to learn from the self-instructional module? If they only knew a few things about the topic, what will they expect to be told about it? The extent and manner of presentation of information and the depth of expression provided by the self-instructional module will depend upon the intended purpose, which may be any of the following. The format of a module may differ depending on its purpose and the institution where it is developed. These are examples of different module formats. Another consideration is the style. Should it be formal, informal, conversational? Regardless of the style used, what is important is clarity and simplicity. The following are the components of a module. The title shows the specific topic of a module. A good title should be clear, concise, and reflective of its content. The overview serves as the introduction of the module and describes its scope and rationale. It summarizes the content and importance of the module. In some modules, this section is called Introduction, Prospectus, or Rationale. Objectives explain the knowledge, skills, and attitude you want to teach. They should be stated in terms of the learner's behavior. When writing your objective, remember the acronym SMART: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. In that discussion, the materials should be limited to the need to know, information that are vital and important. Organize your content for clarity. Include pictures, diagrams, and other illustrations that may help clarify the information presented, including exercises and hands-on activities that the learner should engage in. For evaluation, you can use a self-check test, exercises, or other means of assessing learning outcomes. For the references, list the books or guides used in preparing the module or other materials that may be consulted for further understanding or appreciation of the lesson presented. Examples of self-instructional modules. An example of a self-instructional module and its format. In summary, self-instructional modules are learning materials designed primarily for independent or self-study. They may also be used to complement instruction. What is important to remember is to write your objectives in behavioral terms. Focus on the need to know information and write clearly and simply. Thank you.